Guys, I specifically booked the flight that I booked to be down here, to be on the call, and got up way earlier than I should have. If I would have known I was going to miss the call, I would have freaking woke up at 9. No, I'm just kidding. But I ended up getting up at like 4:30 so I could be here to check in here so we could deliver this message. And it didn't work out, and that's okay. But I'm just a little bit frustrated. But here we go. Okay. Thank you for everybody that's on. I hope you guys can hear me. Wi-Fi's in. I'm hoping that we're cranking. Okay. So I'm going to backpedal a little bit. And I'm going to share I'm going to do a little bit of overlap because I know I was cutting in and out. Okay. And I'm going to get right to the point. This last Friday, whatever that was, November 19th or whatever it was, I got a call from my client named Roger. He's a concrete client. He's been a client for over a year. Roger has been a great client. I've had no complaints. He's had no complaints. Everything has been awesome. And Roger called me and he's like, hey, we're starting to get some ready mix leads. We're starting to get some of this. People wanting to pour their own concrete. I need concrete jobs. And basically he said this phrase, and he said, we need to tighten up. Okay. And it's kind of like that phrase when, your teacher back in school, they're like, hey, we need to shape up around here. We need to tighten up. And it's like this passive aggressive threat, right? It's the same thing that I used to get from my dad and my mom. Hey, we got to get a little bit better. It's like, no, Dad, we don't need to do anything. You're talking to me, right? So he's like, we need to tighten up, but really saying that you need to tighten up. Okay. And as I said in the car, and I'm saying it again, if this would have been an SEO client, I promise you I would have lost this client. Promise you, that client would no more be in existence. So thank God I switched my business model from SEO to lead generation and to pay per lead specifically. And for those of you that are not listening to me, it is going to be a very scary day when you start getting the calls, and it's going to be a chain reaction, and you're going to get cancel. By the way, I'm looking at my phone to see if this is still going live because I'm a little gun shy now because I kept cutting out. So I'm looking at my phone, which is plugged in, which died and overheated on that last call. But for those of you that are just thinking, oh, SEO is the bee's knees, I promise you there's an end to it. Use it, take the profits, put it into local lead generation, put it into flat fee deals, put it into what you know works, even if the margins aren't as juicy. I promise you, you're going to be glad, okay? And I've been down that road. I've chased the SEO money. It's sexy money because it's high margin and all this stuff, and you're crushing it. But these clients will not be with you forever. And if Roger would have been an SEO client, I promise your ass, he would have canceled on Friday, okay? But he didn't. He said, we need to tighten up. He kind of gave me that like, hey, it's time. It's go time, bro. And I'm not going to lie. I needed it. I needed to hear it. I needed to hear from my client that I could hear it in his voice. I could hear his concern. I could hear his worry. And I got the message. Okay. I wasn't mad, even though I know nothing's changed, right? Nothing's changed. We've been delivering great leads. He's made a lot of money from our leads. Like all that, right? I didn't come after him and say, hey, bro, screw you. I got the message. And I'm telling you right now that the tone of voice and the feeling that I got felt very, very familiar to the feeling I got in the second week of March of 2020 before I had a string of cancellations with SEO clients. Okay. Now, here's the beautiful part. We're in this group and we sell flat fee lead generation. So I'm not telling you to expect a string of cancellations. What I'm telling you to do is to be aware of, we're here, baby. We are here. We've been talking about it for a long time. We've been talking about a recession. We've been talking about a correction. And this is the perfect freaking accumulation of events. Not only are the interest rates super high, so no one's buying, which is then affecting every other industry, but we're also coming into the holidays, right? Which is going to slow everything down anyway, but this is just exacerbating it. So why am I telling you this? And I shared some of this, so I know this is a little bit of a repeat, but guys, that call, it something clicked in me. Okay. And I know you guys look at me and you're like, oh, he does everything. I know you guys don't think this, but like sometimes I think that we look at people that are on the stage or on the podcast or up and they're on the live and we think they do everything perfect. And trust me, I have been too lackadaisical for too long. I've been doing the gym at 9 o'clock in the morning for too long. I've been, shooting the shit with the people in the office for too long. I've been wasting 15 minutes here and 10 minutes there for too long. I've been taking time on a Wednesday, 3 hours kind of time to play golf for too long. Okay. No more. I am ready to make money. I am ready to do what I did in 2020. I am ready to go back into the lab. I am ready to get serious. I'm ready to put aside the hobbies and put aside the businesses and put aside the shiny object syndrome and put aside all my crap and realize that this is the time where we make money. Okay. And what I'm telling you guys is you're going to see a different tone with me. You're going to see a different bit of urgency. You're going to, and I told everyone, by the way, just so you guys know, Monday, I had this conversation with Kyle. I had this conversation with Francesca. I had this conversation with every person that's inside of my organization that gets paid by my company, that helps run this group, that helps run my company, that helps run my real estate. And we had a conversation. I said, hey, if you want to be here, great, but I need you guys to match my intensity, match my energy, match the priority that I'm putting on this business, okay? Because I am not losing clients. And not only am I not losing clients, I ain't just surviving, I'm going to grow. And here's what's so exciting about this. This is why I want to get on and share this message is, guys, if we will double down, if we will commit ourselves right now to providing the greatest service that's out there. I'm not talking about what we've been providing. I'm talking about doubling the service that we provided, doubling the value, being twice as responsive, being twice as helpful, being twice as attentive, being twice as quick to respond, being twice as glad to hear from these clients instead of, hey, they're a burden. I don't want to answer the phone. I don't want to answer the phone. If we flip that and we provide a white glove service in the time that we're about to go into and that we're quite frankly in right now, not only are we going to keep all of our clients, but they're going to continue to grow with us. And this is the key, we are going to absorb all the business around us, because you know what a lot of people are doing right now? They're waiting. They're waiting till they get the phone call and they get the cancellation. They're waiting until somebody comes on the news and says, oh my gosh, this huge bank collapsed or this happened or that happened. And guys, I know some of you guys are sitting there going, dude, I don't watch the news. I do not watch. I've not had TV since the day I got married. This has been 10 years. I understand that it's blown out of proportion. I get that. I watch a few things on YouTube here, a few things there. I'm just looking at what's going on, man. And I'm talking to my buddies that are in different industries. I'm talking to my buddy who's been making $200,000, $150,000 to $200,000 a month for 2 years, telling me in the last 60 days, his business is in half. Okay. I'm talking to real people. I'm not basing this off of, I saw a YouTube video by so-and-so that says like Tucker Carlson or the like what. I don't care about that. I don't watch that stuff. Okay. I'm telling you what I'm seeing. I'm telling you what I'm feeling. This is a gut feeling of what I felt when this happened. And I'm telling you that you need to step it up. It's time for those of you that have been in this, because if you weren't committed to this at some level, you wouldn't be in this program, right? At least I hope not. But the thing is some of you guys got in here, you paid the money to be here, but you're not here. You listen to this while you're freaking doing the gardening or mowing the lawn or driving to work, but you're not doing anything. You're still dicking around at night. You're still spending 4 hours a week, 5 hours, 10 hours a week watching Netflix when you could be putting together another 2, 3, 4 deals. Okay. And all I'm saying is, if you want to take advantage of what's about to happen, follow me, follow my lead, watch what I do, listen to the intensity of my voice, listen to the energy that I have, listen to the tone and how it's changed. I'm still excited. I'm still pumped. I'm still here to have a good time. But as I was saying earlier, and this is a little bit of a repeat, having a good time to me and having a good time compared to all the other things that people consider having a good time, hey, going golfing is a great time, man. It's fun. But you get done, you're like, cool, I just burned 3 hours and I need to drink like a gallon of water because I'm going to die, right? And for some of you guys that like to drink on the golf course, you're like, dude, I need to go and do an IV, right? That's cool. That's fun. It's temporary. I'm talking about stuff that lasts forever. I'm talking about building something that you can look back on in 5 years and you can go, remember when I doubled down? Remember when I put everything aside and I freaking went for it? Because that's how I feel about 2020. I had no idea that was going to be the year that I made 7 figures. Okay. I had no idea, 0 idea. And I made 7 figures because I put the stuff aside and I got to work. So this message is to wake you up. It's not to scare you, because trust me, you couldn't be in a better industry. And I said this earlier, you could not be in a better industry. I can't think of a single industry that you could be in that would be better than the one right now. Now, during the pandemic, you could have argued and said, yeah, I'd sure love to be somebody that provides vaccines. Sure. Somebody that provides masks. Sure. Right. But right now, I can't think of a place I would rather be to feel more secure about the business that I'm in. I'm not going anywhere. If anything, like this is just it's reaffirming what a good industry this is, how dope this business model is. And it's not just the industry, it's also the business model, right? Because some of you guys are still doing SEO. You're not trusting me. You don't believe me. You're just like, hey, I'm going to try this out. Guys, you're going to get punched in the face. You're going to see what it's like when you get 3 cancellations during Christmas time and you go, oh, I just lost a third of my revenue or a half of my revenue. Should have listened to Nick. Okay. Should have listened to him. Should have, would have, could have.